Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Koda bonne. Ya mudisa ensemi. Na yakwa MPP aso ye kakra. Kevin Nkrata bibri negu ha mame. Ni nyina fa Bawumia hu. Hey, Kevin pe Bawumia asem. So tira yesem na meka. Me Kevin atwa bra me se me nka hu. MPP for koye National Thanksgiving Service. So omo primary presidential primary bibia ko kama on the 31st January 2026. Na Munsama omuko nyina team no say offer to God a sacrifice of thanksgiving. Ti okoso UPSA auditorium see ho na bibia koso ama flag bearer. Flag bearer ye friend no Dr. Bawumia okasai. Na mepesi obia etie nsem ni ye. Na obia so fa ne Bible ene awie. Ne bie ko Psalm 23. Na me boba Bawumia nsem ni wie a. Na yahwe King James version Psalm 23 hono. Die eka. Na ye tie de Bawumia so de eka eche se Bible na quotation na obeka ye no eni Bible mu. Psalm 23 verse 118 no eni Bible mu. Now, on a more serious note, share yetiment now there be a catcher papa no ya trofo on say Bawumia can never change. Mutia na mutia mi ye. Bawumia on oye niema ehu. Somebody quoting a Yakupon nim pass, would the Christopher Bible ebedi agro. Tabida said you want to me for Quran any agrono, want to me and for Bible soon ye de any agro. Na kremoni ba was say one or ya kremoni papa. Now what to me aqua a year sorry them. Now I saw aqua then Yamia say I will Christopher sorry them. Now a call yano. Quran ewo na Bible ho no so no de ope Bible ya King James version ya mano Psalm 23 verse 118 wo call Psalm 23 a verse 1 to what to 6 and King James version Psalm 23 1 to 6 23 no ye ni 118 our Bible no we tie some about me akan.
I'm strengthened and inspired by Psalm 23 verses 118 to 22. By Psalm 23 verses 118 to 22. By Psalm 23 verses 118 to 22. Which tells us that the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone.
Obia mi ne Bible mo ene awie. Ne akotwe womanum Psalm 23. Psalm 23 no 1 to 6 wono. Wo de 1 no yakokai eyesis no. 1 no was it the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. Yako eyesis no. The last verse 23 1 to 6. Verse 6 now says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And that one. There is nowhere in the Bible, King James version, yeah, was Psalm 23 1:18. Yes, there's nowhere in the Bible. There is nowhere in the Bible. There is nowhere at Ankulida Biga Mugabe Masi. They say there is nowhere in the Bible. And I'm highly disappointed. Say what in team for Juamo. And you know, ya software. Ya almost so much Bible. I say, yeah, Bessie Sabri. MPP to me issue statement. Say, some no. sa I mean quotation na Bawumia de bae no eni Bible mo subhanallah munafiki ni Bawumia yet Bawumia sa the Bible no e di agoro sa de odi Quran ni di agoro no nipa we kwe aboy fa no kwe wo we kwe obetima kai Bible ye obetima kai Quran ye ana da ho no ena da ho no Bawumia no sofo no we sa sofo na no we national cathedral de okura di ni no omo we ena omo we asofo no we Musa tie Bawumia biom production ti musa waso mane ne tie quotation ni biom
and inspired by Psalm 23 verses 118 to 22 by Psalm 23 verses 118 to 22 by Psalm 23 verses 118 to 22, which tells us that the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone.
It is not in the Bible. And your friend Yamiya, this man can never be a president. Watch my lips. What mean your president or Ghana had that? Say, a year honorable Julius Zabrau, a year at 2 force you, a Johnson, a Sidun Katiau, a year honorable Erikopuku, a year papa, a year a Dino Dawson. And this is what will be a baby, a year Haruna Idrusu, will be a baby or winning. A year mammy Profana Najino, will be a baby or winning. Bawumia. Hey. Yet me kwatna se we wire ho rehearsals be 1 month 2 esa ka koma eya wrong quotation na asofo atwa ho ahia obi atumi akase so ya kase quotation na wo ma ye nye tenu a wokan ya nam se ma me kore me fa ka mi anadwo nam se Kevin Psalm 23 no isisen ana say oh 1 to 6 ana am say kai ato we papa we ohu obema adwuma na ye easy amen but also you very careful say eba koko sector enye obi akakade ma no so le koka koko asemu mutie ye the top hierarchy. Si obi ti say honorable Erikopuku ya no aye ranking member on agriculture obi anu se koko nsem edu ho a enyema bi ho a yesi eyi ma comedia omo na nkasa sankofo no mo da so ho mo nko ba bia o mo be very careful okasa ne kasa na ekọ because oti ekuafo na se ana oti adwuma no so ase me wakasa meka koko asema medua koko da mabo atodweda mesum fidie da wansani fidie mesum toaso homa ene wire said ye si akire ye bo adwa akoro ye soa eye papa ede ye adwa ede yi nkrante yi opro eyi enwe ene omo maka ni nyina ya tena kurase ni me said ye si bo eye atodwe ye ni me wobi wo akobisa ne sade na efra na atodwe kwa woni matodwe wo so nkwa kokoko asem a communicators ya ti omagum na we Canadian but na ye din na mitie na mobile press conference and answer more Thomas our friends and twerɛ for so and this for mum ya very careful radio gold and these stations no stations no wo mo kɔ ba bia wo na me wo be friend say me mra ne aka kokɔ asɛm na sɛ me koduru na menim sɛ agya yankɔfo ya eba esi ya seti agenda yenye wo ya ebehu mo ara mkoto kwaku ba ko wa meso ya ko me koto kwaku ba ko wa and walk away me stay ho because o mo na mo de mo betena se because mo na mo na ofofo mo de kwaku ba ko mo tena se o mo wie ya pona mo babo ho no mo ko ya no mo ko bie mo MPP4 no ma be so jagu so se nkofo no we ni mo ba be ka ho se mo ye we o mo prosecution be koso mo ye ka we mo na mo bo we tu kwa ku ba ko mo na mo be sisa ankwanya no mo we o mo de mboko obi atumi ka I will say it without fear or favor because I won't come there for anything. Listen and listen very well. Mekasa se Ghana ni ba o tojo Mahama na me pejo Mahama memu no eyiye wewa and you're long overdue. You have Mugabe, you have Bobie, you have Sana, you have Boache, you have all the media guys. You mukasa mamo me unfra me sa memra ni ebeka ku be tokwa ku ba ko I'll walk away because there's nowhere under MPP na NDC by a press conference we in opposition ni abetu yansa afra Mugabe se o metena mo bobi ansa o metena MPP eye obi a be ma ye briefing o be yede ho bobi ye mfre no me ye mfre me kwaku ba ko mo ye modwuma o mo be yede ho ti me bana me hu mo pa be won se apapa be won se oh Mugabe we me ko me hu se sa munye serious won ye duru. I walk away in one of the meetings recently. I walk away. The moment I mean who kwakuba kosi watiana say it is finished. These guys, you ni momo papa. And some of us any betinyaka mention their names without fear or favor because you ni momo and we know what they can do. Go to Africos. Go to Africos right now. Koko no eguha womu nyatofo in Africos. Yenya president papa, yenya finance minister papa, and yenya aye cabinet, aye empanifo mo cabinet ya. Wo mu dadwene. Isasele John Dramani mama transe wo se, tikura kwa agina, ma me from empanifo yi, round table, dialogue, ye transe ne ye kasa. Hey, cabinet decision say, die na be ya, ye kokko na plot say the Cote d'Ivoire eye den airport. Because you didn't see me here on Friday. You didn't see me here on Thursday. I was doing my research. I was going around to make sure I know what I'm going to talk about. Go to Cote d'Ivoire. Go to Cote d'Ivoire today. Woman told Coco no airport. Woman talk. But when you leader, one no edging Ghana for Huntino. What to me and in the cabinet aqua tenasi. Tiweno enka ni se we na eba Mugabe bra Bobie bra Boache bra he ebiase wo ebiase de on pa wasem ne de on pa wasem sa so called senior journalist for na MPP for na amosori a omuna munu omudi enkomo no omutumi muamo muntie na mutie omutumi muamo kia sanitize airwaves ne so da magana fo akuafo no yema ye kokon akuafo ye ni aya dobi pen no ye da so dobi no ye ne kasa akuafo no mote yase me kasa wo ha so blesu fuotie twabidi fuotie ankase fuotie ye gosu fuotie won mo kansere 80 bedi akotie Gambia number 1 Gambia number 2 numasua ye nkasem wo mu nyina tie obi ani se Mugabe de wo ye kuani ba eje saka no na ode tete si ebeka kokwa asema ewo MPP NDC in power na kwakuba akote oyede ho na kwakuba akote ho oyeden ho sa briefing na se obepede na man matena ho for what no me spirit no ade amempeno listen ade amempeno me kra empeno ye me de MPP ne mempe but the same game na mistakes na Jomama ye juma pa from 2013 to 26 but we lost over what I mean get it to 1 million votes we lost atro ajuma Jomama ye netina mo hu dawo ene baby ya cedi ni dollar no ene nam hwe baby ya inflation enam GDP na fuel prices so you giant kofu we the media no they have the media womu baye no womu dudum NDC radio station so ye kasa ya muntie womu baye no ye mu bi te radio so kasa no dundum no yes so agro no da so mu da so di agro ko chama mu da so di agro ko Coffee mafia for me that should dia go. Stop it. Stop it. Yamu bi on ye tu emu asi ho se. Wo mo enkwamo de be ye bia magana etumpon MPP ni be ne betimi aka cha so me wo frɛ me wo de office brabu me se me koye adwuma bi. Ana hwan ye ne betimi aka se me esatwa adwuma mu no me Mugabe me very very expensive for me boarding. Sa se makwa me hu ye ntime boarding. Mutumi ntome. Enti me hu ade a me krampa me nyina ho. Me twɛn makwa. Randy, we a media man. And can now, and can you know such a phone? I be Papa or Mutima. He is one of our own. Oh, yeah, any idea. Can you be to be a person succeed? Can you phone was a bony panichi dom so best succeed? Can you read the media? Now, what is going on? Because he criticized Tama Nakoko Ska was a demarquafona near from Mahomono. No money erikupoku mo engagement no omo cheche no mama sese kokoo no amanane ebo na yeden a drop it into Serbia. But today Randy is not sitting behind the console enti yafa homanya dan ensan kon yafa homa san Randy abekon wayan krani na krani ne ade no wase ade ne kwato kokoo sector no won football no waye yafa homa san Randy abekon yan timfiri ho. But where any nipa. Nti adai ena se enko ye kura yetimi firi nipa nkan se yenya ni se ne be yi. But rather no ye de be kwa kwotran se ne asepa no firi soro e ba be sifo. I'm not happy. Minim de nipa ne betumi aye. Ba ma se ho ansa na moko. Muni problem am create to eye kokko board ansa na moko. Adwuma for ma fa ma no we very well say staff no kwa no over na so pe akayi government institution ba bi atia kan tampa kokko board me boa mo ka mom da mo kan kira me before the mess a wo create ye pa wo kokko sector one sa no mo kono enya asem ketwa ene ye dane ni nyina kwa so Randy Abi why den Randy Abi why den who ko sam fifi bo afomo no mujiji salaries akasia na ye wo about 5 deputy CEOs na ye wo CEO no eniema wo ma ye de to kokko sataron da bia me kan 1 year in office kabaku mienu miensa ejina dakam wo ma ye hot ewo yoko wo ma ye hot ewo NRD nsema ka nonsense na before ye no komaja ye dadaada and na Randy Abi no mo de ahoma so no kon. Yes, Randy and wo manya no. And they are calling for say Randy Benyadan and resign. Woman create problem. Randy Abebayo ma create problem be okoko sector ho. Mutie mi ye. Randy Abebayo no ma create problem be okoko sector ho. Problem no obey inherit. By we buy inherit ya no. Ye buy ya no dey na ye test ankofo no. They are still working freely. And they have the authority to talk. Nonsense ones. They have the authority to talk. Because she kwasuho Attorney General up your game, EOCO boss up your game, NRD boss up your game. Be on top of issues in this country. I'm saying it without fear or favor. I'm saying more album game no. Ekwafo medisika ebimu da sunante yete I mean ECG containers akwakosise. They are still working freely. Yes. Woman da sona mabontre akrofone da sona mabontre ana akrofone ye dede akrofone da sona mabontre PDS akrofone da sona mabontre Pranugu Dam $11.9 million and you try for no job done. It will be ankoso no work. Yeah final payment to $11.9 million will be an adjuma majis Kennedy. I'm for da sona mabontre. Are we serious? We just said your mama and the best of your man and achieve yourself the best one in will be a juma, but make sure some of your juman. Mama disappointed Mahama. If it must be done, it must be done well. Tia Kasa Randy Abinyahe Randy Yashi Randy Onyashi and the mama Randy person Randy ya ankonam. But some of us yet now Emma will be a one creative problem. No, yeah, father this one in your day, Emma machine con. It will never happen. You say be a man, you the masha minim. We defend this without fear or favor. Good afternoon to you, my good brother Randy Abbey. It shall be well. We'll get there. We'll surely get there. Power to the people. And this mommy and Kekaya Hoshi. My Kekaya Hoshi. I remember one year. Woman will say, and nay, woman ras on the dema. Yami fear crown. Quotation, mama, wrong quotation. Yami some pan no more than you. That time we done a babano. Ye ni bia what Bible Musa came King James verse verse what it says Psalm 23 verse 1 ye ni bia sa King James version 23 1-6. Na me hwa say nti for jomo Emma Bawumia office be issue statement na what the chopper e dey break Christopher nyina say some okokan quotation okokan na your wrong quotation nti osre omonfa enche no. Power to the people. Yes, what thing? Mofameko a year in some contemporary so. Yaso 18. Ghana, yaso ding. Meanwhile, me who be to bottom. Me who be a war a year akumadan. Me who be one kwakwa. Me who be wakonongo kwaso. Ya petrol tanker abo forma. Nipa. Epuwa kwa jina wa explode fu ano tanka na ekwa ya twa won say yes say highly inflammable, highly hot, inflammable. Yendi padasani show VIP bus kura eno etam kaka no e kache ja ne kan no nyame na ya dom se nipa wo mu no mo ye dan wo mutumi esiye bus ni nyina hye wo nyina ya manfo etwa mo mo ka se ahye o na dia na bema oye nipa wo wo setan kai eda forma in few minutes no be explode na be kwa akofa gallon na bucket se o kwa akotwe fuel wa kwa akoji wuwo wudi fuel ne kwa he mudi fuel ne kwa he se nya Russia mema ene be ba be fa ye ma wa ha na eye tanka bi e kwobokina we VIP wa se dwere be yes na di party nipa ye ma ewom asedwere be na fortunately no wo mu bie gate ne tam no bia ya dan etumi siye eno no heya to aso nsawom kwem heya mo frɛ ho sɛ to aso heya sini padwere be ito ba chi wura wo maame bi ho de maame moa on Friday maame na wahye awon nsawom prison market wahye ne bakura no ne ba no so kwa eja kan ene udu ensewam prison market wa e ma no obi aboko ja omusu sa ebi ameka se me nante ko ba bia o na me koto me banji nwura se me ta woto na me ko me na ma hu se me a amene ko ipa bibiri na ewu ipa bebre ya na yede na ewu na we mu njina no ho eye avoidable eni se esi ejana tanka na to no fu na okwaye won wonte wose de measures bi ya de eto ho se tanka bi to ho wa obekwa ho se wo kwa twifu no post fu che wa yan prosecute too because eye dangerous tanka na da ho no ka bia be ho bia no ya wo distance bia se so who suffering station jatum what they say four tanker atoho onyina ha kwasa wo kwa akodi nkwankwasa we yesa kire ni kura yede twem yes na setem 1 month kura mai ewo eye baby omotonton eye circle ho no baby omotonton phone so achi hoyi golf filling station no achi ho ejato ho na me do circle ana me say masa yanko away quickly ana me frɛ ya ma me eye Mausi Sapon chief fire officer me frɛ na response was quick in less than 10 minutes no my day no maduru ho ana me say mo make sure say golf filling station na ebe ho obi obi abeye day e be free ho because e jano any golf filling station no eben Yet yo, one day, nipa more than 100 and the Jashi ewo Kwame Nkrumah second. Dear yes, you free. Dear Ben, yes, you free. Filling station na ejato mono. Ye nipa ese ya no. Dear yes, you free. More than 100 deaths. Dear yes, you free. Ade wenya de wo se BCB. Ebiasi ewo techiman, ebiasi wo tuo bodom, ebiasi ewo aya nkokọ, esi ada bia ka se ade no be hu a wo behu. Yetumufu amuntie. Eja ehye yetumufu amuntie, Russia fo eba yetumufu amuntie. Kojo yare na wo de nam, na wo de sa manfo ma. Power to the people. Musa se mobenya eye mesa eye set lovi. Mate se eye ensamom prison market no bia ni radio any TV no. Bia haya no bia ehwe. Mokoso na munti monhweye. Mo tonton tos ni je ne bayere ene ye ma memakuafo so amaba yegusua epusu ahoma no frame saset lovi se uti ya ye trase e be rechew wona wo ye national cargo for a chairman was someone with the original hope and I didn't see na wo ho na wodwane free ho uhu de course we nyina best sense it will be ben Mr. said Lovia we national cargo chairman ewo nsawoma won ka say you try say be rich no won fa phone ye ne nkasa. Power to the people. Areho uhu nipa ne na china nipa ni hobiem ya pribi bia ya konso ayen fa hwenko nipa nya position kakra bia na wapeja na betri so nso kwa won fa nko yetiwiase amomye no do ye ho yenya nipa seye yenya seye be wo shi so be ne down for nipa no kofom ne nya ne nsere no nkopon pesa nyame wo hwe akomamo wo hwe enisuo papa bebre ho a wo ya nyankopon enduru nanim because a papa na wo ye no wo de kai papa no waton papa no kora dada enu agya nanim. Silence is golden. Disukasa month of February o bompa ye enye yes na Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources moya press conference na fa state lands ho ene ade pacho mo menya bre na yenti ekoso ewo ministry ho production team of Antoman.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is great honor and a deep sense of national duty that I welcome you all to this very important press conference. Today's engagement marks a critical milestone in our collective efforts to strengthen integrity, transparency, and accountability in the administration of public lands, which are held in trust for the people of Ghana. As you recall, on the 10th of January 2025, on assumption of office, His Excellency the President John Mahama, directed the Lands Commission to immediately halt all activities related to the lease and processing of transactions involving public lands. This decisive intervention was taken to safeguard public lands from abuse, restore discipline in land administration, and ensure that all transactions involving these lands deliver value for money to the state. As you recall, on 10th of January 2025 as well, His Excellency the President directed the Lands Commission to immediately halt all these activities, as I have stated. In line with this directive and consistent with the government's new setting agenda, I, the Minister, constituted and inaugurated a committee chaired by my deputy to review the lease of public lands. This date was on the 5th of June 2025. The establishment of this committee underscored government's commitment to restoring public confidence in land administration and ensuring that all public lands are managed with integrity, efficiency, and in the best interest of our national development. The committee undertook a comprehensive review of all public land allocations and leases across the country. Upon the completion of its work, I submitted the committee's findings and recommendations, and ladies and gentlemen, you can just imagine the review and the enormity of this work across the length and breadth of this country and the 16 regions. And the recommendations were sent to Cabinet for consideration by His Excellency and Cabinet Ministers. A thorough review of that work was done, and I'm pleased to announce that the Cabinet approved those recommendations with certain key directive and directed with immediate that we implement those recommendations with additional directives immediately. In the course of its work, the committee reviewed a total of 8,160 lease applications executed or initiated across all 16 regions in Ghana. These applications comprised 4,176 direct land allocations, 2,799 regularizations, and for the purposes of the public, regularization in this sense means people who normally go and acquire lands through all sorts of different means, through chiefs, through other people, and later find that those lands are public lands and have to regularize it. Those were 2,799. 19 direct allocation related to state bungalows. Often this is done through the Minister of Works and Housing. And then 108 land swap or public-private partnership arrangements. Interestingly, on that one, out of the 108, 88 of that specifically in the Ashanti region. And then we have 795 subsequent transactions. Often you acquire public lands and require that you want to do transfer. The law requires that you have to get the approval of the Lands Commission. Those transactions are also 795. And then 265 fresh allocations, which is similar to direct allocations, mostly in the northern sector. The review revealed that a number of these applications and allocations did not fully comply with the Lands Commission's internal processes for the allocation of public lands. These lapses undermine transparency, accountability, and the public trust, and expose the system to potential abuse. To address these issues decisively and restore accountability, the following measure has been implemented. A. All uncompleted transactions of the categories listed above have been cancelled, and affected applicants will be formally notified. Completed transactions of the categories listed above will undergo case-by-case review, and any allocations found to have been processed without full compliance with due process will also face cancellation.
Well, you better honorable Manuel Kofi Amaboa as Lands and Natural Resources Minister. Oboy Juma Papa Dana say na edbesia na yako victory na za ebeko victory but o be steady wo ho tna America ho Nigeria ma me madwuma wati what I say has a folk no omonye hwe masa na kotoko yitim yimu enye nka munya yo se mutimi share be 5 mama Benjamin Asari abresa mo se be yedidi in America when you did ho ese Bawumia de na slip of one tongue me pade no hwe and your friend technical knockout okokoto a o zaza se ye odi ade went me and che obi awasase no kora eda say afi call lawyer judge the ma kwan na ko ye changes na san ba bi ho knockout you know your friend capacity your bow ha say ya obetofom ntumi sorry bi mo ka se Bawumia call ye papa prophet adumchie ho adum second chance was Saturday na John Muhammad they say John Mama no fa bi nhye no isi a we kremoni Jarabia Osiminie, Echa Osiminie, Kurana Osiminie. You were sorry them, I say the word any preacher was sorry them. You can't a year Bible verse was a mere Mekai. If one by read Bible readers was so Miss Mekaibi. Oh, what cat said yes, I said we him the away. And no better paint. Your best is
Dedi kama mamena Pendream TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, Pendream TV.